Come on, computer, stop being slow.
Okay. Here we are. Hey guys, welcome to tonight's stream, chilling with MugenLord. Tonight it's going to be a special night. I have some special guests, which I'm going to try to have more often to appear on the stream. I got my boy Jman, of course, another good friend, Colin Lack. And before we get into all the details and everything, I just want to just read the chats, and then I'm going to have these guys introduce themselves and their content. So let's see what we got here. We got, of course, let's see, Bao, what's up? What's going on? What's up, Valerian? Oh yeah, that's right, PJ. Yeah. I can make you a mod on Twitch as well. And what's going on, Tavon? What's going on? What's going on? And I want to thank all the viewers here. Like I said, I'm a multi-stream, so not only that I'm pretty much streaming this on Twitch, I'm streaming it on X and also YouTube itself. So we're going to get into a couple of topics, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave questions in the chat for either me, Colin, or Jman himself. So yes, we're going to dive right into the introductions, starting with Colin. Since we already introduced Jman, we'll have him go after Colin. But speak a little bit about yourself and what you do, your channel, and how long you've been doing YouTube. Go on ahead.
Sure thing. So I've been doing YouTube for about 4 years now, primarily focused on JRPGs, though I did start with fighting games, and we've actually done a podcast on that. That was a fun time. Mm-hmm. Kind of a variety gamer. I do prefer JRPGs, but platformers, fighting games, JRPGs, those are my primary things. And some people have described me as a heel because I call it like it is. I do not sugarcoat my things, and some people have even called me knockoff CM Punk.
What's funny? You know what's funny, Colin? It's funny that you said the thing about the heel, because like I said, the first time I did a video with you, you're like, oh man, it's a happy-go-lucky guy that talks about JRPGs and stuff. And I remember one time I went to revisit your channel, and I've been seeing like, man, this guy is really direct. I started seeing the topic of your videos and stuff. I said, I don't remember this. This not the Colin I remember.
So there's a funny story about that. It's because YouTube, as you know, can be a weird and toxic place, but also wonderful. But basically, I'm blunt. I'm a nice guy, but I'm blunt. So people started painting me as a villain. So I'm just like, fine, I'll give you what you guys want. I will be the biggest asshole in the world. I will be Edge.
Awesome.
I love the WWE references. I'll say that.
So guys, I'll make sure by the time we get to the end of the stream or during the stream, I'll post Colin and Jman's links in the chat, so you guys will be able to have access. Make sure you guys give their content a try, check it out, subscribe, tell them MugenLord sent you and everything. So yes, Jman, man, this is the second time you've been here as a special guest, or was it the third time? The second or third time?
Second time, yeah.
Second time. So yeah, man, just for everybody who's new here, Jman, go away, man. Just tell them, let them know who you are.
Yeah, man, it feels good to be back. I loved our first time streaming together and stuff. And yeah, I'm a laid back guy who likes to talk about pretty much anything I want in regards to video games. I recently just started doing anime too. And yeah, from like retrospectives to video essays to various different, like, let's say laid back topics about from gaming to anime to soon cartoons, just anything like nerd stuff. Like, I just always like to just talk about it with a nostalgic twist to it, because I do tend to throw in a lot of references to a lot of 2000s culture and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm just a pretty laid back, simple guy, like just like that. Yeah.
What kind of anime do you like, Jay? Out of curiosity.
What kind of anime? Ooh, that's a big one. So yeah, Hunter x Hunter 2011. I love, of course, Dragon Ball Z, your Naruto's, your Bleaches, your Kill la Kills. This is like a long list. I'd be here for like 24 hours. But yeah, your My Hero Academias. I enjoyed that. Chainsaw Man, Demon Slayer. It's like, ooh, there's a lot, man. Even go back to the 90s. I really enjoy Rurouni Kenshin, Yu Yu Hakusho. I like
Yu Yu Hakusho is amazing. Also, yep. I'm more of a slice of life guy, so our tastes are very different, but I'd love to have like a.
I love slice of life too. Like, was it? Don't toy me, Nagatoro. I loved Uzaki-chan. I also liked. Oh man, a lot of the Rosario plus Vampire. Oh, that's more so. Yeah, excuse sort of slice of life, but Rosario plus Vampire. Again, long list. I'd be here all day if I was to say all.
I've got one that I think both of you should check out if you're looking for something like that's super artistic. I would describe it as art house without the BS. It's called A Sign of Affection, and it's about this character named Yuki, and she's deaf, so she literally can't hear. And it's just about her coming of age as a 19-year-old college student.
Oh, all right. Sounds
Yeah.
interesting.
It has a very
Mhm.
divisive art style because they make the lips like over exaggerated
Right.
because lip reading is actually a big part of the show. So
Right. Oh, awesome, awesome. Yeah, I haven't like really watched much slice of life. I think Uzumaki-chan, whoever you said, I've seen
Uzaki.
her. Uzaki-chan, I've seen
Yeah.
that. And I can't remember the name of this other slice of life. I believe it's slice of life. My friend Sir Science back in college, he introduced me to it. It was about these, I guess you would say like these kids at a high school or at a school, and they got together and formed their own club. And cause they were, I guess
Is
they
it
were all.
Haganai?
I guess they tried all kinds of stuff. They kept dressing one of them up as a maid, as a femboy maid.
It's Haganai. That is Haganai.
Yeah, they was playing this game like Monster Hunter. I
Mhm.
thought it was interesting because like I'm not really like I watch anime, but I'm not like deep embedded into the culture to know the various genres. So
well,
I didn't even know Slice of Life
you
was a
you
was a
did
thing.
mention one slice of life show to me a long time ago that I enjoyed, Miru Tights.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, that
Mhm.
one. But that's also an ecchi as well. It's kind of
Yeah.
yeah.
But slice of life tends to
Oh,
be an
okay.
ecchi in general. So like they're
Oh,
kind of like they can either be very ecchi or not ecchi at all. They're kind of
oh, I got you. Yeah. I'm surprised. When you said slice of life, like, oh, so you just slice of life type. Okay, but yeah, I haven't really watched much of those, but they are interesting because I guess with anime, that's why people love them so much because there's so many different genres and stuff. When I got introduced to slice of life, I was like, oh, so it's an anime that's just there's really no fighting in it. It's just life, and I'll say,
Yeah,
and
characters
it's
just hanging out.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Also,
works.
I got another one to suggest to you guys. It's called The Secret Life of High School Boys. It's a slice of life, and it's about these high school kids, and they just get up to very funny shenanigans.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, let's check that
Yeah,
one out.
definitely. So next, of course, every time I start a stream, and like especially when I have my brothers on and stuff, I always ask what games you guys are currently playing. Like, so whoever want to go first, go first. What games you currently playing?
You can go if you want, Colin.
Oh, okay, sure. So I know I'm gonna get teased for this one, but MLB 26 the show because I've been feeling kind of anxious since a friend died, so I've kind of just been defaulting to
Oh,
whatever's like
Oh.
comfy,
Oh, okay.
whatever's kind
That's
of
fair enough. Yeah.
comfy. And
mm-hmm.
right now, it's like the lowest barrier of entry for me. I can just pick up the controller and do
Yeah.
whatever. Persona 4 Golden because I'm working on a
Yeah.
review for that.
Awesome. Amazing choice. Yeah.
The Legend of Heroes, Trails Beyond the Horizon because Trails guy.
Oh,
So I'm working on a review for that.
that's awesome.
Also working on a review for Trails in the Sky remake. And we finally got a release date for Trails in the Sky second chapter as of today.
Awesome.
It's going to be September 17th, which
Oh,
I
wow.
basically called. So,
Nice.
yeah, I get to be a direct asshole again because people were telling me I was going to be wrong.
Falcom is killing it this year. Falcom is doing amazingly well.
They are. And we have no idea when we're going to be getting Kyoto Xanadu, which is a game I'm super excited for. I need to actually go and play Tokyo Xanadu because I've started that game 3 times. I'll get a little bit further each time, but then I'm getting distracted by other games and I forget to go and play it. And
I relate to that, yeah.
Then I'm like, oh fuck, I've completely forgotten what was going on. Restart.
Yeah, that happens.
And I'm trying to find someone to play the Scott Pilgrim games with because I really want to play both of them. And as you guys know, beat 'em ups are basically the type of game that you kind of need a friend to play with, otherwise it's not that fun.
Absolutely, yeah.
I agree that I still haven't picked up the Scott Pilgrim games, but yeah, I tend to not play beat 'em ups by myself. I gotta play with a crew or play with somebody because they're not fun when you're just playing by yourself. I don't know how people can do beat 'em ups by themselves, but people do them.
And respect to them for that. I actually used to do it when I was a kid because, as a kid, you're just like, whoa, video game, fun.
Yeah.
And I would completely run the Power Rangers movie game.
Oh yeah, that was fun. I remember my cousin used to bring that around the house when that on the SNES. We used to have a good time with that game. Yeah, beat 'em ups was something, especially back then in the 90s, man. They were all over the place.
I think
Everything
it's
was a
so
beat 'em up.
cool. I think it's so cool that beat 'em ups are finally getting a revival.
Yes,
Yeah,
I made a
absolutely.
video. I made a video about that. I'm so happy. I think that what really kicked it off, in my personal opinion. I know the indie genre, the indie scene was been doing it, but it's the indie scene. Most people don't pay attention to it. But the moment Streets of Rage 4 came out, the moment that game came out, it just blew up. Then out of nowhere, I'm just starting to see beat 'em ups of licensed games like everywhere. We had a recent Power Rangers. We had the River City Ransom
River City Girls.
The River
Yeah.
City Girls. Yeah, we had that. We have the Marvel was it the Cosmic Invasion, which I did a review on. We just been getting a Karate Kid, Double Dragon. It's just a bunch of them, man. So yeah, I'm loving it.
Well, if either of you ever need a guy to join in for some beat 'em ups, as long as I'm not broke that month, I can probably join you.
Oh, most definitely, because I think the one I'm playing right now, especially with my brother, is what's that game? I'm playing it on Steam. Was it Absalom? That's what it's called. It was a roguelike beat 'em up. I got it on for the Switch too. It's called Absalom. And yeah, it's a pretty good beat 'em up game. The only problem is it's a roguelike. So when you die, you have to start from the very beginning, and then you just power your characters up and stuff until you get better, until you mastered it, until you get to the very end. So me and my brother Keo has to get back to that. But Jman, so what games are you currently playing right now?
All right, yeah, I've been playing this one like ever since the Legacy Collection came out for Mega Man. But yeah, I've been playing Mega Man Star Force 2 because the whole Mega Man, I'm a huge Mega Man guy, by the way. So
Yeah, I know.
the whole Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection, like that was my most anticipated title for this year. And ever since it came out, it's like I've been having such an amazing time with it. In fact, the first Mega Man Star Force, which I beat not too long ago, it actually became one of my favorite Mega Man titles ever. Like it really has. Like the storytelling was actually surprisingly fantastic, and also it hits different when you're playing it from the perspective of an adult, because a lot of the stuff that the characters go through, especially the main character Geostellar himself, it's really relatable, it's really understandable, and I really did liked everything that they were doing in that game, from the gameplay to the story. Even the music was nice, and it's just that Legacy Collection, which I want to talk more about once we talk more about Capcom later on. But but no, the Mega Man Star Force 2 is what I've been playing recently. Been really enjoying it. The other one I've been playing is the one that I pretty much bought because I saw your recent video and stuff like that. It's Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream. I've been dipping in and out of that and such, and yeah, I think I'm really liking it. And it's also kind of inspiring me to like go back and like pick up where I left off on the Sword Art Online anime, because I watched it a long time ago. Like, what was it? The first season a long time ago, and that was when it was still airing on Toonami back in the day. So it was like what, maybe 2013 or something like that. And I didn't watch.
I know people shit on the SAO property, but honestly, I really love it. It's not that bad. It's got some neat concepts, and sure, some of the writing can be schlocky, but that's shonen. Like, shonen has schlocky writing. That's just
absolutely
a staple of the genre.
Oh, you want to finish?
Oh no, that was my thought.
Oh yeah. But no, I actually feel the exact same way as you, because I didn't watch much past season 2 of past season 1 of the anime. And the reason why is because like I was online at the time. I was looking at a bunch of different like I'm not gonna call anyone else, looking at a bunch of like content creators at the time. I was also looking at I was looking at a bunch of different like social media like web pages, and a lot of people were just crapping on Sword Art Online, like the entire anime. And I kind of like fed into that, and because of that, I didn't continue to watch where I left off on I would say the first few episodes and maybe season 2, I think, when they went into like the online game that was all about guns. It was called Gun Gale Online, I think. But
that's what it's called.
So I definitely want to like, let's say, go back and continue where I left off, so I can have my own little like opinion on it. But yeah, Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream, I really do. It kind of reminds me of like classic PSO2 in a way. Like it has that kind of feeling to it, with like, you have the semi-open areas, you got like the very, very arcade-like gameplay, and the multiplayer aspect. I actually do. I didn't even know it would go like that in depth with the fact that you can like explore a lot of these lands or even do some free roaming with other players online. And yeah, so it's definitely been fun. I've mostly been playing Star Force too, but yeah, so it's pretty much it switches between those games, you know, depending on my mood. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So for me, as far as games, the most recent game that I of course finished was Kenna, the Bridge of Spirits, and
Me
oh my
too. Yeah.
god,
I forgot
I
about
love
am
that.
that.
so
Yeah.
I am so excited for the sequel. I
Oh,
loved the first game, but here's the thing: when I got it, when it first released, boom, next day, friend died after I started playing the game, and I'm like,
Oh
oh
man.
fuck me, like I can't
mm,
deal with this shit right now. So I'm like, okay, down the line, and then the week that I was going to start playing it again, guess what happened? Other friend died, the one that
I'm
I
gonna sorry to
mentioned.
that.
Thank you. So it's like, wow, I guess I'm not
Mhm.
meant to play this game.
yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I fell in love. I fell in love with that game. It was man. It was. I didn't expect it to be that mature, that dark, and with a lot of the themes that they had in the game. And I literally shed a tear at the very end of it. I didn't think I was going.
Mhm.
I knew I was going to like the game, but I didn't know I was going to love the game. And the fact that it's going to have a sequel coming out this year, I'm all
Scars of
for it.
Cosmore looks incredible. Like, yo, I
No,
I think
watched the
it's
trailer after I finished it, and I was like, this looks amazing.
I
uh,
think it's so cool that these guys who created that studio are clearly inspired by DreamWorks.
oh yeah. Most definitely. And the fact is that it was their first game. They never made a game before. They were just a commercial animation studio, and these guys just hopped in and say, "Yo, let's we want to do a game." And they literally pulled it off. They hats off to those guys, man. Really, and that's why I can't wait for the sequel and see what they
Hmm.
have with it. Other
I
than that,
I
go
got a
ahead.
question for you two guys. Sorry to interrupt.
No, go
Just
ahead.
a thought process I had. I think that studio would be the perfect team to actually do a Sly Cooper reboot.
Yeah, they can pull
That'd be
it
pretty
off.
nice. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
they can pull it off. Or Jack.
Hmm.
I like to see it. They can do that too. Like,
Yeah, me
like,
too.
yeah, they can pull it. They can definitely pull it off. But yeah, man. Then after Ken, I was like, what's the next game I should play next? Because I already finished the story mode to Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream. I got enough of that online and stuff like that to do the review. So I'm like, what's the next game I should hop on? And then right after feeling that challenge in Kenna, because that game is hard. That combat
Hmm.
is frustrating as hell. So I
Hmm.
said, I'm already getting frustrated. So I said, I might as well finish off Stellar Blade. So right now, I'm just trying to finish off Stellar Blade and just get that out of the way before I hop into whatever next game it is. Because I know today, Pragmata came out. I didn't pick it up yet. I'll say I was going to pick up today.
That's
And I
showing up to
thought,
my house in a few minutes. But go
oh,
ahead.
awesome. I said
Hmm.
to myself, say, yo, like, I'm gonna go buy it. But then I thought about it, I said, yo, bro, you about to waste $70 and you're not gonna play it right away because you're still playing Stellar Blade. It's gonna just sit in your library, go in that backlog, and you're gonna forget about it and stuff. Just finish make this your inspiration right now to motivate you. Finish Stellar Blade first before you buy Pragmata. So that's gonna force me to finish Stellar Blade. So I'm gonna finish that first, and then I'm gonna pick up Pragmata and most likely start that game next. But other than that, yeah, man, that's the only games I've been catching up with and everything. And then of course the next question I want to ask you guys, what other titles are you looking forward to for this year, 2026?
Trails in the Sky second chapter remake.
Of course, of course. What about you, J-Man?
All right. Literally, my next video on my channel is about how 2026 is kind of incredible when it comes to games. And a lot of that are so many titles that I'm anticipating. So, as we were just talking about like a few seconds ago, Kena, Scars of Cosmore, I can't wait for that. That looks
Mm-hmm.
amazing. And it's just like you. We were playing Kena like at the same time
Same
together.
time. Yep.
Yep. And I had an amazing time with the game just like you did. And also, I love 3D platformers. So the fact, and I've been looking for another one to give me to
Mm-hmm.
scratch that same itch that I had with like the Jack games a long time ago. And like the fact that we're getting Kena in the summer is it with her like looking older, she's looking cool
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. The move set's looking nice. It's like I can't wait for that. I'm also
Mm-hmm.
really interested in playing the Avatar: The Last Airbender like fighting game.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah,
that,
yeah.
yeah, that one looks really good. And,
I'm
what?
interested in that one for sure. I'm also pretty interested in Marvel Tokon. That is one that I forgot to mention, but
Yeah. Marvel Tokon, that's definitely up there too. And whatchamacall, I'm also really interested in Yeah, just as you said, the Trails in the Sky. Actually, every single Falcom product that hasn't come out yet. Kyoto Xanadu is like, I love Tokyo Xanadu. That's one of the most underrated gems on PS4, in my opinion. Like it's pretty much everything that the Persona series like popularized. It's like Falcom's take on it, but with a much more action RPG, like dungeon crawling like twist to it.
Which is so cool. And I'm honestly surprised we haven't become friends before this, because we basically speak the same language.
No, that's the thing. When I first heard your name, I was like, why do you sound familiar? But I think we've been in like a collab before. But it's like, it's been a long time since. Yeah, I forgot the content creator's name, but it's like we definitely do have a lot in common. But what else is there? It's like, Kyoto Xanadu, can't wait for that. What was it? Trails in the Sky second chapter. Again, one of my next videos I plan on doing is the review to the first remake of Trails in the Sky first chapter, because I love that remake. I love that game so much, and to me that is the new standard for video game remakes, especially for JRPG. That's the newest standard, because it's everything that I want it to be.
I almost feel like we could do a podcast just on that on that particular topic alone.
Absolutely, yeah. Also, so there's definitely
Jay,
that too.
Also, Jay, I got a platformer recommendation for you. I don't know if you know of this one or not. It's called Clive and Wrench.
Clive and Wrench? Ooh, what's that about?
Basically, it's done by an indie studio, and they took inspiration from Ratchet and Clank, but they did their own spin on it.
Oh, I love Ratchet and Clank, so that definitely sounds like a good idea to me. I'm definitely gonna write that down. And
it's got mixed reviews, but I've played a little bit of it. It's fun. I don't care that it's got some jank, because it's a small indie team. So, like, whatever, you know?
Yeah, it's the first project. You know, they're allowed to like have flaws. That's how you build and grow and such. And and I also we were just talking about this earlier. Pragmata is literally showing up to my house like in a few minutes. So I'm also kind of looking at the delivery map like on the side, because I can't wait to play that. As soon as Pragmata was announced, I forgot which event this was. It's like I was so interested in that. It's like, because you had like a really, really like wholesome like father like daughter like dynamic going on with Hugh, like the astronaut, and you also this cute little girl Diana, and it's like I just love seeing them interact. And I also played the demo. The demo was what sold me on Pragmata, and I'm usually not a guy who's like into shooters or like third-person shooters like that. The genre is usually not my cup of tea, but no, it was a really unique take on that sort of thing, because it's all about hacking. If you want to take out the enemies, you pretty much have to hack while you're like shooting them on when it comes to ground play and such. And yeah, it really did hook me. I'm really interested in seeing what they're gonna do. And what I like about games like Pragmata the most is that it pretty much like brings me back to like the time when Capcom was a lot more experimental, like back in the 2000s, like mostly on the GameCube too, when you had stuff like Gotcha Force, Beautiful Joe, Chaos Legion, Product Number 3, I think that game was called. Is like, I hope Pragmata, if it's a good game, by the way, once I do play it, if it's a great title, I hope it does well, because I would love Capcom to do more experimental titles like that and bring out more IPs, as well as bringing back a lot of these Barren Wasteland IPs that they haven't touched in a while. It's like,
which we're going to be talking about later on in the podcast.
I should have waited for the Capcom part before going into this, but nah, dude, it's like, I can't wait to play Pragmata. And the last one I was. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I'm interested in Pragmata. I'm going to get it when it's on sale, because I know it's not really the type of game that I tend to enjoy. So there's going to be a little bit of friction, but if I can pick it up for like $30, that I find it would be the sweet spot for me.
Absolutely.
Also, one thing I wanted to bring up, since we kind of got on experimental titles, is I think a lot of studios are going to be putting out a lot more experimental games in the very near future. Just look at what Falcom's doing with Kyoto Xanadu. That is a mashup that should not work on paper, yet it does, because it's a visual novel, Metroidvania, and a dungeon crawler mixed into one. And that's... who would think of that if it just indie studios and AA ones, really?
Yeah, absolutely, and they're doing an incredible job. And it's like I hope that if Kyoto Xanadu does well, it like becomes a mainstay like at Falcom, just like the Trail series and Yeast is. And but yeah, before we get back onto that, the last two that I'm really excited for: Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. I love Three Houses. I love Fire Emblem Three Houses, and I can't wait to see the continuation of Fire Emblem. The thing is, though, is that I don't have a Switch 2, so I won't be getting that on day one. And the last one I want to mention, go ahead.
I don't have a Switch or a Switch 2, but Fire Emblem is one of the few games that would actually convince me to go the whole hog and get the system, especially Three Houses, because there's a character I absolutely adore just because of fan art, Mercedes.
Oh, Mercedes, she was one of my favorites in Three Houses. Oh, I love her. Oh my god! Like I always invited, depending on which faction I was, I always invited her like on my team because I could never fight her on the field. I love her too much. She's one of my favorites. And yeah, man, the last one I want to, I'm definitely excited for is Grand Blue Fantasy Endless Ragnarok. Like I can't. I'm so glad that they're finally doing an expansion on Relink because even like ever since I finished the game like years ago when it came out, I was like, there's so much more potential to build off of what they already have here, which is why I was really surprised that they announced that they didn't have any more plans to update that game. But the fact that they didn't go the live service route to where they would like, hey, every few months or whatever like that, they would drip feed us like content and stuff. I actually do appreciate, and you even talked about this yourself, MugenLord. I really like the idea that they just stayed quiet and worked behind the scenes so that once they had like a huge truckload of content, they could just dump it all out. Like I really do appreciate that. So yeah, and also they're adding Beatrix. Like she's one of my fan favorites from the Grand Blue Fantasy series. It's like, oof, I'm in love with her. So it's like, yeah, I can't wait to play that. So that's all the stuff that I'm excited for this year.
Awesome. Yeah, the games like I said, the titles I'm looking forward to, of course, is Grand Blue Fantasy, Ragnarok, Kenna, and Tokon. I'm with Marvel. Tokon is one of the fighting games that I'm really anticipating. I wanted it to be one of my main fighters while I'm playing Grand Blue Fantasy versus as well. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to those three. Whatever else that may come up this year, because we'll probably get some surprises from any one of those any more studios for the rest of the year. But I'm going to read the chat, and then we're going to get into our first topic here on the stream. So let's see. I know I got, oh yeah, you guys, hold up. Let's see. What's up, Night in there? What's up, Sai? What's going on? He said, he said, not gonna see him punk is crazy.
Oh, what's up, Leo Meme Lord? I know that guy.
Oh, really? Oh, awesome,
yeah.
awesome. And what's up, Blaze? What's going on, bro? And he said, yeah, Xanadu. Yo, Derpy, what's up? We got Omega in here. Awesome. Always glad to see Omega in here. And then Bao said, some beat 'em ups do get boring though. Yeah, a lot like I said, like I have to play them with a friend, like when it comes to beat 'em ups. I can't really play them by myself because especially if they're not like most beat 'em ups are very simple. So the same moves, you just mashing the same moves over and over again. But when they're beat 'em ups that is like very intricate and they got some elements of strategy and stuff like that, then they can be very fun. And then we got Matt Kaiser. What's going on?
That's my man right there. What's up, Matt Kaiser?
I think that might be where we had our collab, Jay.
Yeah, that's why I recognize it. Yeah.
Hey, awesome. So Larian said this year of beat 'em ups and fighting games, so much good stuff coming out. Say I can see that. You said Kyoto looks dope. Akami. And then Zero says, have you talked about stop killing games video? I've been hearing about the hashtag stop killing games, but I did no research. I never looked into it. I don't know. It just haven't popped up on my radar. If you guys want me to look into
it's something you definitely need to do a video on. It's very much in your wheelhouse.
Okay,
I would do one on it, but I don't really feel I could contribute much other than keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah. I'll look into it because I've been seeing that hashtag so many times, but just didn't look into it. Did you see Black Cat and Marvel Rivals? Who have it? They're like, oh man,
all over Twitter, yeah.
it's all over the place. Even though I haven't really picked up Marvel Rivals since the beta, but looking at her kit, she looked ridiculous. She got so many different play styles and move sets. She looks kind of stupid busted in my personal opinion. And then Night in there says, I'm almost done with Octopath Traveler Serial. Okay, cool. So what I'm looking forward to is yes, Grand Blue, Onimusha, Way of the Sword.
Nice.
Hey, I forgot about that. 007 was my brother's Keo.
I forgot about
getting
007. I forgot about 007 too, and one of my buddies, John McBaugh, who also does YouTube, he's actually gifted it to me as my Christmas present from last year because it was supposed to come out earlier in the year. So we were just like, cool. And then he's like, oh, it's coming out very close to your birthday, but you're still going to get something for your birthday. And yeah, Wolverine, definitely something I'm excited for.
Awesome,
okay, you can go back to chat. Sorry, just brain go burr.
Oh no, awesome. Yeah. It said Wolverine and Blue Refraction Quartet. Yeah, nice. So so we're gonna get into the first topic here. Let me go pull up this share screen thingy. Let's see what we got here. Oh yes. Let me pull this up. Perfect. Okay. Share. Bam. All right. So since last week, this has been going on. It's been a lot of leaks going on, especially in the gaming community. We got some from Resident Evil, from Dust Golem. He put some leaks out there talking about Resident Evil. We'll get into that into the Capcom section. But yes, he talked about Resident Evil 0, remake, Code Veronica, and everything. But right here, we're going to talk about Nintendo for a quick bit. Because a really big leaker that's known for getting a lot of things right, Nate the Hate has been mentioning recently, especially after the Mario Galaxy film with the reveal of Star Fox. He came out recently stating that there's supposed to be a new Star Fox game that's supposed to be coming out, which is supposed, they said 2 of them, but the first one is supposed to come out sometime in the summer or whatever like that. We're supposed to get a traditional Star Fox game, and then at some point in time we're supposed to get another Star Fox adventure kind of game, which does sound quite interesting. Like I love Star Fox, I love the adventures. Some people may not like the adventures, but I did when it was on the GameCube, which is Rare's last game for Nintendo before they got acquired by Microsoft themselves. And then a host of other leaks came out, which was the Ocarina of Time remake. We had also got some other games that there was mention of. Was it Ocarina of Time? There's 2 star, and the 3D Mario game, which everybody was hoping for Nintendo Switch 2 is going to come out this year. Is rumors that it's supposed to be pushed back to next year. So, and then Fire Emblem, they were saying it's supposed to release this summer, which we will have to probably find out and wait and see. But after all that was said and done, every other leaker came out and said, yes, this is correct, but there's some caveats here. There's a possibility that Nintendo is purposely putting out false leaks to be able to catch who's the leaker within the company. And this is traditional practice, especially from Nintendo themselves. But what are your thoughts, Colin, on all this? Are you interested in, I guess, Zelda Ocarina of Time? I know Code just got Jman has been playing it recently and everything, which I'll ask him in a minute. But what are your thoughts on these leaks? Do you think it's some legitimacy or anything?
I think there's definitely some legitimacy, and I worked in journalism, so I can actually speak a little bit on the fact that yes, this is industry standard practice. That typically even journalists will get leaked bad information just to find out who the leaker is. And the games, I'm kind of like on because I never really got into Zelda for whatever reason. I don't know why. Mario, I like, but I'll admit I'm more of a Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper, and even 2D Sonic guy. Like that is the kind of wheelhouse that I'm in, and I kind of have a love-hate relationship with Nintendo because I see so many of the bad industry practices that they do, and I'm just like, you really like screwing over your customers, don't you?
Yeah, Nintendo can get away with it. They know because they know they can. Because what makes it so hard is that they actually make good games. That's the thing
they make solid games. They make solid games, and even though they aren't always to my taste, I can at least admit they're solid, which is one of the things that I liked about Naughty Dog back in the day. They used to make solid games. Now they just make boring ass walking sims.
Definitely agree. So what about you, Jman? What are your thoughts on the leak? What are your thoughts, especially Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake?
Oh yeah, I'll get to that in a sec. But when it comes to like the overall just leaks in general that's going on with Nintendo, I can understand the frustration. Granted, this isn't like my area of expertise, but based on like let's say, given all the context concerned, I can understand Nintendo being incredibly frustrated that a lot of their mainline big releases can't be kept a secret anymore. It's like what was it? We are 100% getting a remake to Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, I can imagine like Nintendo just wanting to flip over a table and burn down buildings that they can't even like keep that a secret anymore. And some like jerk in what was it internally or outside is leaking all the information. Is I also imagine how frustrating it was because I'm pretty sure the entire roster of Smash Brothers Ultimate got leaked, right? Yeah.
Dude.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those.
Bro.
Yep. It's just one of those things. Yeah. You want to say something?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like the idea of them wanting to stop that sort of thing from happening and really like punish, like make a huge example out of like the individual or the individuals who are responsible for leaking those bits of information and such. I can see them wanting to do that because it's getting ridiculous at this point. And it's just in general, it's like like the fact that, you know, we're in 2026, secrets can't be kept anymore. Everything's got to be leaked and such. Look at the Avatar movie that got leaked and things like that. And yeah, I could definitely see Nintendo like wanting to take action, really like put whoever's doing this like under the dirt, like 6 feet under, like the Undertaker and such. But anyway, yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much my. Oh yeah. You asked me for my thoughts on Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
I have been playing. You already knew this. I was playing Ocarina of Time a while ago. But the thing is, it's like. I'm afraid of saying this because, you know, I might have Nintendo ninjas watching me. But anyway, I was playing it on my PC. I was playing it on my PC, but the thing is, I'm not a PC gamer. So it's and I'm not trying to pay for the online on Switch. It was, I think it's like, what, $50, something like that? Like a month or something like that? It's like the whole Nintendo Switch online expansion. It's like financially, I just don't see it as worth it, especially since I've heard that from a lot of people that there's problems with the emulated version of Ocarina of Time on the Switch online like expansion packs. And I'm like, where am I going to play this now? But yeah, I'll get through it someday.
Original hardware?
Yeah, I wish I had a 64. That was actually my first console, by the way, the 64. But
oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But I'll get through it soon because like I do love Ocarina of Time from. I think I just got to the part where Link became an adult, like he grew up and stuff like that. You know, became a stud and such. So yeah. I can't. I'll definitely like finish it one day. But again, I'm not a PC gamer. I'm very very old school when it comes to being on consoles like first, especially physical. So it's gonna take a little longer for me. But yeah,
I'm like you as well. I'm a console first guy. I really only have the PC for games that I can't get on my PlayStation 5.
Yeah, that's actually me too. By the way, yeah.
So yeah, that's the problem. Even though leaks can be fun, especially for content creators, that it's content for you to talk about. You know what I'm saying? And but the problem with leaks, it does kill momentum. It does kill hype. Because me being a creator of my own, like me having Venus and Ryan comics, imagine somebody in house, you know, leaking out new characters or story, or if I have a partnership with a studio to make a game and it get leaked out and stuff. So I understand the anger and of that. But Nintendo also, like I said before, this is like standard practice for them where they put out fake leaks. Because if you guys don't remember, back during the Wii U, there was a leak for a Star Fox Grand Prix. It was supposed to be a Star Fox racing game. And I remember that as clear as day. And I was kind of frustrated. I was like, yo, we didn't get Star Fox for a while. Why are we getting a Grand Prix of all things to do with Star Fox? Why are we getting a Star Fox racing game? It just didn't make sense to me. But lo and behold, we found out that was an intentional leak by Nintendo in order to catch the culprit, which I guess they did, because after that, they just got wiped away under the rug. But I think the big one that really did cause a lot of issues was the Super Smash Brothers Ultimate roster leak. I was there. Even my channel, I covered everything about that damn leak. It got so bad because they even leaked out the box art that had like the special edition, and it had the special edition. Yeah, the box art for the special edition that comes with the game controller and the adapter is a special box, and each side of the box has the characters, like their profiles and everything. So it had the entire roster on the box, and somebody leaked the entire box out. So it had everybody on there. But then you had the famous Grinch leak, which everybody thought was real, and they almost got everybody, because what happened is, you know, that on the Super Smash Bros. Trailer, every time they revealed a new character on Ultimate, they show that wallpaper that shows all the characters on it.
Mhm.
Well, it's a studio that does wallpapers for like movies, advertisements for video games. Somebody was inside the studio of that company and took a picture of the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate wallpaper that had all the characters on it. And it was called the Grinch leak because it was the same company that did the advertisement for the Grinch movie, the Jim Carrey Grinch movies.
Okay.
That's why they call it the Grinch leak. But it had every character on there. But it had Isaac from Golden Sun. It had it had Monk Rider. So everybody thought that those characters were going to be in it. But once the actual final trailer came out with Sakurai, it showed Ken and Incineroar, and everybody else got debunked, which the Grinch leak was debunked or whatever like that. But that was one of the first one of the first fake leaks that looked so real because it was actually done at a studio. It was an employee that just wanted to fuck with everybody that worked at the company and did that. But that pissed off Nintendo. It really did. So this leak culture, despite it being fun for speculation as a content creator, it does kill the hype. Because you would be excited if you was to see it just get announced out of nowhere, you know, and it just doesn't, you know. So, but yes, that was the leak with Nintendo. And speaking of Nintendo, I just want to talk a bit about the video game movies because Street Fighter just recently had revealed their Street Fighter the movie official trailer, like the first official trailer that actually shows you everything opposed to the teaser that was really short and everything. And there's a lot of people that's talking about it, and I wanted to discuss it a bit. I'm not sure if you guys have seen the trailer or
I've seen
anything.
I've seen it. I can't really analyze it because I'm not a big Street Fighter guy. Never have been. But I can say it looks like crazy dumb fun, and I'm gonna enjoy it when I go and see it.
When the first trailer for the Street Fighter movie came out, I was like, why does this feel like some movie I would have seen, or I wasn't born in it, but this feels like something that came out in the 90s. It's exactly what Colin just said. It looks like stupid, dumb fun. Like, it looks like a great time that you can have with your friends, like at a movie theater and such. So I am interested in seeing this.
Also, my movie theater serves booze, so I could actually go there and have a beer while watching Street Fighter.
Awesome.
Exactly.
It could turn into a really rowdy theater.
Yeah. Like, dude, like when they first revealed this, the teaser trailer, was it during the Game Awards? I can't remember.
I think it was the Game Awards. Yeah,
it was the Game Awards.
Yeah, it was the Game Awards. Yeah,
yeah. Even before the Game Awards, when they showed the cast, I was like, okay, this looked goofy. And I said, if it's anything like the original 1994 Jean-Claude Van Damme Street Fighter, then sign me up, because that was one of my guilty pleasures. Because during that time as a kid, Street Fighter was a household name, especially in the States. It was really, really big. And we always used to get teased, you know, with those live action Chinese and Japanese trailers they used to have for the commercials for the game. And sometimes they would air in the States. And we always used to say, me and my dad, my uncles, where we all play Street Fighter, we like, yo, it'd be awesome if we get a live action movie. Everybody wanted a movie. And then the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie came out. It really wasn't that good, but that was the closest we was able to get to a live action Street Fighter, and it became a cult classic. And I watched it,
and it was fun. And it was
exactly, it was fun.
So.
It was definitely fun. I watch it once every year. I got it on DVD. Once every year, I will pop that bad boy in and just have a good time with it. So when I saw the casting for this movie, I was like, okay, they're not trying to take themselves serious with this, and this looks dumb fun. And
I will admit, though, Cody Rhodes as Guile, perfect casting.
Perfect.
Perfect. I laughed when I saw Cody Rhodes in that. I was like, and I was watching a little bit of WWE like the night before, and I was like, oh my god, they brought this man as Guile. I was like, all right, whatever.
Exactly. And the reason why I don't have issues with this is the fact is that it's not trying to take itself serious. I hate when a film is trying to take itself serious, but it's goofy as hell. All right, like, there's no way in the world that you think that this is like really like high quality when you doing shit like this in the film. But this movie is like, it's not trying to be serious. It's playing into itself.
It feels like a B grade kung fu film, which is exactly the lane it should operate in.
Exactly. So that's why I'm like, all right, sign me up. And it's coming out in October. So I'm definitely going to be in the theaters day one when that come out. I'm really looking forward to it. And hopefully it does well. And the crazy thing about it is that we are also getting another fighting game movie, which is Mortal Kombat 2. I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
I'm also looking forward to that. Also, I'll probably be reviewing on my second channel, Blended Universe, which is going to launch very soon.
Awesome.
I'll review Street Fighter, and I'll review Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah, man. Mortal Kombat, this new series of movies. I haven't seen the first one. So before I go into the theaters and see the second one, I wanted to watch the first one.
I've seen bits and pieces of the reboot. It is a very good film. I haven't seen it like in full, but I've seen like it'll be on TV and I'll put it on while I'm doing random stuff around the house or whatever. And sometimes I'll stop and actually watch it because it's so well shot for the action stuff.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out before I go into the theater. My brothers Strike and Kill, they saw it and they liked it for what it was because I remember when it first came out, the reception was very lukewarm at first, and then it got to the point where people said, "Oh man, this is trash," or whatever like that. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll watch it when I get the time or get a chance. I'm not going to rush out and go see it or whatever like that. But seeing the sequel, it looks like it's going to be even more interesting. Like, and we're getting Johnny Cage. Now, the fact that they got Carl Urban, I mean, he's a good actor, but he's too old. He looks nothing like Johnny Cage to me or whatever like that. But the quality of it, man, it looks like
he looks actually cool. Decently close to Mortal Kombat 10 and 11 Johnny Cage, so I can kind of see where they're going with it.
I can give you that. But the fact is that we're getting these video game movies, which I want to see more of. I think we're really, in my personal opinion, that really set it off. There we go. Yeah, I think we really set this off. For me, in my personal opinion, I think Sonic really did it.
Yep, I agree.
I think Sonic did it, man. When they went in there and they corrected it and made Sonic look like actual fucking Sonic, and that movie actually made some honest money. I think Hollywood saw that, hey, I think we can actually make some money if we do it somewhat right or whatever like that. And then Mortal Kombat and then the Super Mario Bros. Movie made $1 billion, the first one. So yeah, man, I think I would love to see where this go. I mean, I think Hollywood is going to eventually start pivoting a little bit away from superheroes and start going over to some video games and quite possibly some anime as well. We just need some competent ones.
I definitely think that's where it's going to go. I just personally hope that someone at Hollywood will finally understand. Stop doubling down on one genre. Just give us a vertical slice like it used to be in the 90s, where you'd have like every month you'd have a decent romance, you'd have a decent rom-com, you'd have a decent raunchy comedy, you'd have a decent action flick, you'd have a decent whatever. Like, and look at how much amazing animation work we got from the 90s through to the mid 2000s. Like, that got lost, and I'm sad about that.
Yeah, streaming really killed that, man. Streaming and like I said, the superhero boom really killed that. Because I remember back in the day, man, we stayed in the movie theaters. There was always something to go to the movies theaters to see, you know. And now
it used to be cheap. It used to be cheap, and you could actually go and have a good time and see maybe a couple of movies for, like, I'm just talking as someone from Canada. We're paying $30 just for the tickets at this point.
Oh yeah, no, it's expensive here. It's around that. It's around that, especially the popcorn and everything. I went to go see Mario Brothers, and I went to go get a large. That shit was almost damn near like 25, almost 30, like $30. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, just me seeing the movie was $30. So like for the popcorn and the soda, that was 15, and for the actual ticket, that was another 15. So it was like just to experience the entire movie, that was like $30 for me. Like I was like, wow.
See when I saw Super Mario Galaxy recently, the ticket by itself, because we saw it in the laser format, that was $30 just for the ticket, and then a further $30 just for the snacks.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why, like in Philly, like there would be some movie theaters on Tuesdays. It would be like a $5 night, whereas tickets is like $5, and that's what we used to. That's when me, dad, and my brothers. That's the only time we would like if especially we want to see a movie that we wouldn't go pay to go see, we'll go on those nights. And stuff like that. But yeah, man, like the movie going experience has definitely been destroyed. And like I said, the superhero genre killed that, because once he saw that Marvel and the MCU was bringing, like, every movie was dropping was making $1 billion, then everybody wanted to create $1 billion cinematic universes after that. You know, now the rom-coms are going, the edgy comedy films are going. You know what I'm saying? Like the traditional action heroes and action stars and stuff like that, action films went out the window. Now it's just cinematic universe and superhero movies, or movies based on books like Harry Potter and stuff like that. And then we tend to have lost that. So hopefully we start to get that back, especially seeing Street Fighter movie. We also getting the Legend of Zelda movie next year as well, which I'm very scared of, because I'm not sure how it's going to turn out.
I'm basically, I'm going to use my phone as an example. Boom. I'm holding it at arm's length. That is with the movie, because I'm like, after the Super Mario Galaxy film, don't trust Nintendo movies right now.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that in a bit. I'm gonna read these chats, and then we're gonna get into the Super Mario Galaxy movie, because I want to hear your thoughts on this. I know we all have seen it. And we're gonna talk about that in a second. Let me get to these comments. Let's see what we got here. He said, yeah, I'm back, and it took a dump. He said it takes place in the 90s apparently. He said, hopefully I get some tickets. Oh, and hi Mugen in France. What's up, Jetta? What's going on?
What's up?
It said PJ says, yeah, I saw the trailer and I like how they're going with the 90s goofy look. And Laren said facts. And then Bao says Kung Fu Hustle. And thanks for the $5 super chat, Ghost Tax. He says seeing Pragmata just shows that all gaming needs for innovation is not more tech, just core gameplay loop that forces you to be creative to win.
Absolutely.
Oh yes. We're going to get into a conversation once we get to the later part in that, because I definitely talk about a lot of that stuff here on this stream. Captain Brad said, did you guys see Dragon Ball Evolution?
Unfortunately, I did.
Oh my god, dog! Like I remember. Oh my god, I remember when they first announced that shit back in the day. Oh man, it was causing such an uproar, especially with the casting of that damn film. And I think this is the first time we started actually seeing like paid shills. Because I mean, it was so many shills. It was like early. Twitter wasn't like Twitter wasn't the battleground at the time of that movie announcement. But I remember going to like forums and stuff, and just seeing like so many shills trying to shill that bullshit movie. Saying,
yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah, dude. Like, oh my god,
old. We're old.
Definitely, dude. We was on it. I remember in these forums arguing with people like, dude, and that's before the term shill was coined as a big word, you know, today. But geez, man, it was I hated that film.
I will say this. I did watch it eventually at home with one of my best buddies. We had a good time because we knew it was going to be bad, so we were just we were taking pot gummies and drinking. It was fun.
It's one of those dumb fun. It's one of those dumb movies that, like, if you're going to have a good time, you're going to be having a good time crapping on it with your friends and stuff like that. Something like me and my brothers did. When we sat down and watched it, we just crapped on it entire time. Kept pausing it, kept laughing at it. It was just stupid, man. It was just really, really stupid. And then let's see, Crimson, Rosa.
Oh, Crimson. Yo, a lot of my buddies are showing up. Let's go.
That's awesome.
I swear, we have so many mutual buddies, Jay.
Yeah, we do, yeah.
But I knew that's the main reason why I wanted to pair y'all two together, because I wasn't sure if y'all knew each other, but I knew that y'all both liked the Trails game and stuff like that. So that's what took me some time to try to think about, like, how can I incorporate something that these guys, because it doesn't matter, I'm just the host. But I want to really get these guys engaged and stuff like that. That's the main reason why I wanted to bring you guys on, because I think y'all two like will get along and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool that you guys got the same crossing of audience and everything like that. But yes, let's talk about that Mario Galaxy movie. I want to hear your thoughts on this. We'll start with Jman and then we go with Colin. I know that Jman, you just left the theaters recently, right? Earlier today or something like that, right?
Yeah, just today because my buddies and I, it's like the earliest date that we all were like free together was literally today, and that's when you came to me, with this idea with this guest appearance. I was like, oh shoot, everything is happening on April 17th. I was like, how am I gonna mix it together? But it's like, no, thankfully we saw it at the 3 p.m. showing at our local theater and such. And when it comes to the actual Mario Galaxy film itself, I liked it. I really enjoyed it. The film is beautiful. Like this is what I love about Illumination when it comes to the animation. It's like the entire world of like the Mario films, like both films, they look like such beautiful.
They are beautiful.
Like,
they are beautiful to look at.
Like what was it? The set pieces, the locations. It's like there's little pieces of like, let's say, references and amazing scenery like everywhere. It's like it's really a spectacle, man. Like I truly love the films. The look of the films, and when it comes to like the characters that showed up, what was it? Wait, we're talking spoilers, right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
spoilers.
Yeah. So when Yoshi showed up, like we were laughing when Yoshi showed up. It was like all the stuff that when was it the one scene where he's just walking through like New York or like the town and stuff like that. He was like causing all that.
I know. Did you catch Little Mac? Did you catch Little Mac?
Little Mac. Yeah. I saw that. I saw that too.
I did not.
Yeah, it's during the part where Yoshi, as he's walking, as he walks by this alleyway, you'll see the Doc on the bike and Little Mac with the pink hoodie running behind him. Yeah,
I literally saw that. Yeah,
it's real fast.
Absolutely. And what else? Yeah, Yoshi himself, he was so adorable. It's like as soon as he came out like the dark place, he started hugging Mario and Luigi. It's like I was like, Yoshi's my man. It's like we all loved it. We all thought it was great.
I was laughing during that part because the little kids in the theater were actually freaked out. And me and my buddies, because four of us went, we were just laughing because we knew it was supposed to be a jump scare, but we saw it coming from a mile away that it was going to be a cute scene, not a scary scene. Personally, go away, Siri. I did not try to trigger you. Stupid phone. Anyways, as I was saying, my kind of opinion on it was lizard brain happy, critic soul sad. That was how I summed it up in my review that I've got on my channel.
Yeah,
I still had a fun time with it, but I was like, the plot is bad. And I also have one complaint with it. I found that the acting from everyone was really, really stiff. Even Jack Black sounded like he was downing NyQuil.
Oh, man. When it comes to the voice acting, there were some good performances. There were some performances, but one thing I guess I'll give a little bit of credit to is that I think Brie Larson actually did a fairly decent job as Rosalina. It's like I think she really did. I think this is like possibly one of her better performances in the past couple of years. Controversy with her aside and stuff like that. I think she did pretty well, and yeah, she really got that whole like motherly vibe with Rosalina, and when she was like talking with the Lumas and such, and I would guess, like, overall, the movie was really, really good, but it's pretty much the same complaint that I have that Colin just said. But by the time, and I saw the movie with my friends, the one thing we all said by the time the movie was over, it was like, what in the world was this movie even about? I was like, because I thought it was about saving Rosalina at first, but it's like the movie, that just didn't even really matter toward the end until like literally the last part of the film. It was about several other things before. Go ahead.
I feel like they were trying to set up a Nintendo cinematic universe with this film. That is literally how it felt to me, and it kind of gave me Batman versus Superman vibes.
Absolutely, especially when Fox showed up, and I was like, we said this, like we were whispering to each other. It was like this would have been so much more hype if what was it, the social media account didn't spoil it. I'm still not. I understand, like we already talked about the potential like Star Fox leaks and stuff like that for the new games, but even then, I feel like it'd be such a better idea if they didn't tell us he was in the film and such. Like it was such a great and also once they explained his backstory as to why he was here, with the 2D animation showing like the entire Star Fox crew, I was like, this would have been so much cool if we didn't know. Like it was such a cool appearance and such.
See, I was lucky because that did not get spoiled for me because I was just completely ignoring the film going into it. I was just like,
fantastic
okay, I'm gonna
idea,
I was like, okay, I'll enjoy it for what it is, and I did enjoy it for what it was, but my inner Roger Ebert was like, no, please. This is such a bad movie, but like the lizard side of my brain was like,
It's understandable. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on the movie. I really did enjoy it for what it was. I'm not sure if I liked it more than the first film because just like I'm not looking for like a deep story when it comes to Mario. I'm just looking to have fun. I'm just looking to have fun, be entertained, see amazing scenes and such. But it felt like even the first one had somewhat of a much more like linear like story path. It's like this film kind of feels like a little scatterbrained because again, it was about so many other different things. And it's like, and I think you even mentioned it once in one of your previous streams, MugenLord. It's like there were so many different like subplot details or like certain things that characters were talking about that you would expect that they would follow up through in the film, but they never did. And it's like, they just left it out in the dust. And I'm like, all right. But I still enjoyed the film. But I will say this, the best part of the film, I love the fight scenes, the action scenes. Anytime the characters are fighting, it's just incredible. Like I was even talking about this with my friends, like for almost a half an hour straight. Like action scenes were incredible. And I'd love to see more from the studio.
Which Illumination does really well, their action scenes in general.
Yeah, man. It's as far as like the films are like the thing there aren't good. The one thing that's not great about the Mario films, these two Mario films, they're not good through a second watch through because the first watch through, you're excited because it's so many cameos, so many Easter eggs, and you're like, oh, look at that, oh, look at this, oh, look at that, and you have a good time the first time. And that spell that wears off after the first time, because then when you go into the second time and watch it the second time, everything. Everything won't surprise you the way it did the first watch through. So then
it's kind of like I said earlier, critic at Lizard Brain happy, critic soul sad.
Yeah. And so your second watch through, you start to be a little bit more critical. You start to see the actual flaws, or you start to see the cracks that you kind of ignored the first time you watch it because you're excited, like, oh man, like it's Mario's, it's Star Fox and stuff like that. So that's why when I went to the movie theaters, man, like I had fun with it. But the thing I kept saying in the back of my head as I'm watching it, I'm like, man, there's a lot of topics and themes as far as story is concerned that they can really touch upon, and they never follow through on. Like I said, the biggest thing for me was the Bowser and Bowser Jr., the effect that a father has on his son and how much of a inspiration he is. And Bowser Jr. wanted to have his dad proud of him. So he went out and accomplished something that his father could never do. Is the father surpassing the son, but he wanted to give his father the world. And then Bowser ended up becoming friends with Mario and them. And then now his teachings that he taught his son is now throwing back in his face, because now he's following after everything his father taught him. He said, maybe it's not really a good idea. I was like, oh, this is a story moment.
And I almost feel like that should have been the whole focus of the film. If they'd done that, we'd have something truly special on our hands.
Yeah. And they didn't follow through on it because he's Bowser. He has to be evil. But as I said before, it could have been to the point where Bowser Jr. doing what he did actually endangered the entire galaxy, where the Mario Brothers and Bowser will have to help Rosalina to correct this. And then you can go back to your rivalry once again by the end and say, hey, we won't fight today. We'll just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? And then
that would have been a great film.
Yeah.
Full stop. Like,
Absolutely. That's actually would have been a much better film than the one we actually got. Yeah, and by the time the film ended, it was like it just kind of felt like, all right, we just finished the action scenes. Now, like, y'all can go home. It's like it just ended like really, really like out of the blue. Like it felt like a really short film. But yeah, again, I enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah. It goes by so fast. It does feel like it does really feel like a short film, because things just happen snappy. But man, the movie theater went crazy when Star Fox showed up. Everybody, the little kids, everybody was losing their mind. And just to hear the Star Fox theme and the music, up to date, the orchestra, music and stuff, versions of it and stuff. I just thought it was awesome. But what had me think when he first announced Galaxy, I was kind of skeptical, because I'm people may hate me for this, but I always thought the Mario Galaxy games were overrated. They weren't my favorite 3D Mario games. I was never a big fan of Galaxy. I love 64 and Sunshine. They are my favorite two 3D Mario games. I wasn't
again, that's our generation, I think, because
Yeah.
we grew up with 64 and Sunshine, and those games were super innovative at that time point.
Yeah. I really enjoyed those. So when they said Galaxy, I said, man, I said, we going this far, but I said, I understand because that's one of like the most beloved 3D Mario games, the Galaxies. And then I stopped for a second. I was like, if they're going to Galaxy, I mean, it's a Galaxy, which means that we can get more cameos. I wasn't thinking Fox. I was thinking that we can probably get some other type of characters to appear in here. And I was only thinking like just, I was thinking of Samus was the main thing that popped up in my mind. As a quick cameo, real quick, and then keep it moving. But Star Fox was the last thing, and I know it sounds stupid. It should have been Star Fox, but no, I was more thinking about Samus and Metroid and stuff.
See, I think a Metroid film would actually be amazing in general.
Oh yeah, well that's the rumor that we are going to get a Metroid. We are going to get a Metroid film at some point. Whether it's going to be live action or CG, don't know just yet. But that would be awesome. Metroid would definitely work as a movie. I would love to see a Metroid film, but we want to see how all that's going to play out. But
out of curiosity, what other video games would you guys love to see as films?
Other video games. Oh, that's a good one, man.
That's a good one. Wait, let me think about this for a second.
I gotta think, me too.
Like I said, Metroid is a good movie.
I can literally spout off while you guys think. If
go ahead.
I think that a Ys film that adapts a never before told adventure by Adol would be the perfect play for that kind of thing, because there are so many adventures, and the thing is, Falcom is so interconnected with all of their games and properties. It would just be super interesting to see what they could do with a film where they just have an anime and have like as big a budget as they possibly can get.
Yeah, because that's what I was saying about Zelda. When you got like you just have finishing with Ys. Like Zelda's the same way. There's so many different stories. Like the Zelda movie doesn't even have to be aligned. Yeah, they don't have to adapt the game. Just be its own Zelda story. And the funny part, if Nintendo wanted to be funny about it, they can actually fit that movie part of the overall Zelda timeline if they really wanted to as well. Like they can definitely do that. So I think a Ys movie would definitely work. And how they do it. They'll probably do some other type of things to try to make it more relatable, because most people wouldn't, unless you're a Falcom fan, you would definitely know what it is. But they're trying to get cast a net to try to pull more people in. They would have to try to do some things to try to get people in. I think a live action Ys would definitely work. Put on the lines to make it look more like visually, make it more on the lines like a Game of Thrones visually like. Or something
I could see that.
Yeah, something like that visually, or whatever like that. To pull people in, like a Lord of the Rings visual look. I think that would definitely pull people in. It would definitely pull in. You can be so creative with the story because it doesn't have to show any allegiance to the other titles. It's its own story. It's one of his many adventures. I think that would definitely work. I can definitely see that.
Personally, I would love to.
Go ahead.
Go. I personally would love to see it be an anime film, because
I'm down with that.
I think that would just suit the overall East aesthetics the best. It would serve the narrative the best, and there are so many anime studios out there that can make it for like a mid-budget and turn out something beautiful. Hell, look at Mappa. They can take something that's huge budget, or they can take something that's minuscule budget, and it still looks like a fucking film.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
What about you, Jay?
When it comes to live action, that's one of the harder ones, because like gaming is like one of the harder things you can turn into films, because like there's just certain things that work in video games that can just never translate like that to like on screen. So, but I would say like the most realistic, and I would say like the one I guess I would kind of want to see the most, because I think it'd have a much better chance of working on a live action format, is possibly Persona. I feel like they can
see that.
I feel like they could capture a lot of like the serious like themes and storytelling, and in a live action sense, because again, it's like whatchamacallit, it's mostly like real people, real life settings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the heart of Persona is the character development, is like a lot of the issues and like a lot of the serious like themes that these characters go through in their lives and such. And I feel like they'd have a really like big opportunity to capture that in a live action scene. So yeah, Persona 4 Golden, yeah, I would love to see that be in a live action film, you know, if done right and such like that.
They
But
could
not,
also
Mhm.
focus more on the Jungian psychology if they did a live action film.
Absolutely, absolutely. But oh my god, like this question would be a lot more easier if it was like what type of like video games you would turn into anime. Cause like, yo, like
We can go
the
down
first
that route we can go down that route
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
want.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, we could? Oh, we could? Yeah, the
Yeah,
first one's
yeah.
on my mind is Tales of Berseria. It's easily Tales of Berseria. And I think we were originally good.
Didn't they adapt that into an anime already?
No, it was Tales of Zestiria. But the thing is, though, in the first, like, I think it was like episode 3 or 4, 6, it was like one of the earlier episodes of the Zestiria anime where they actually dedicated an entire episode to the first one of the earlier parts of Tales of Berseria, and it was pretty much like a marketing like advertisement campaign, because when the Hysteria anime was coming out, that was when Tales of Berseria came out, like in the West, I think. So they did that just to market the video game, and oh my god, like just seeing like Tales of Berseria like in like an anime format, that would be incredible, because the one episode that we did get that was focused on Velvet Crow and the Hysteria anime, it looked fantastic. The animation was well done, and a lot of people who were watching the Hysteria anime at the time were saying, yo, it's like I want to, like, let's say, get away from the Hysteria stuff. I'm interested to see what this girl is doing in Tales of Berseria, because again, like the entire storyline that they presented there was so interesting and such. But the funny part is, rumor has is that the Hysteria anime was apparently supposed to be an anime adaptation of Tales of Berseria, but the problem is that, and again, this is all rumors, apparently animating Velvet's hair was way too difficult. And in order for them to do that, it's like the budget that they would have or that they would need would increase, and they just didn't have the budget to animate Velvet's hair correctly and such. And because of that, they just ended up changing the anime adaptation to Tales of Hysteria. But nah, it's like I would love it if Berseria got an anime. In fact, I feel like that would be a much better celebration of this 10th anniversary of the game than just the remaster. But go ahead, Colin.
Definitely. Oh, I was gonna say, I've got a couple of friends who work in the animation industry, and they've done animation tests on Velvet just because they were curious to see if they could push their skills. And they said that she is an absolute nightmare to actually animate, because the hair is so complex, and the fact that her outfit is literally shreds, so it kind of makes animating body parts an absolute nightmare, because you have to track every single muscle.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Yeah, I can definitely see that.
A game I would love to see as an anime is Xenogears. I would love to see
hell yeah,
Xenogears as an anime. Oh my god, I will fall. Oh man, I would lose my mind. But this is the problem that I have, because there's a lot of games that are made with the anime aesthetic, and yet they don't have, like, anime. And if they do have anime, and I notice that some games that do become anime, they don't even respect the game. They just do their own. They just do their own thing. I'm like, what are they like? The game is right there for your.
I can literally point. I can literally point to one example of that. Do you guys remember the Valkyria Chronicles anime that came out just after the first
I never
game?
Even played the game.
I played the game, but I didn't never watch the anime. But I played the game. I love the game, and I've been wanting to hear people's opinions on the anime. What happened with that?
Let's just say that they completely decided to just go completely apeshit, not respecting any of the source material, man. And the animation was not good either. It looked like, let's put it this way, there were a lot of off-model shots.
Ugh.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. Like, that's the thing.
They tried to make a love triangle between Welkin, Alicia, and I think Largo. It's been so long since I've watched. Yeah, it's been so long since I've watched the anime that I forget a lot of it. But I know that they tried to do a love triangle in the plot, and I'm like, this is not Valkyria Chronicles. This is
that's
something...
not what the game was about. That's unnecessary. But yeah.
Yeah, and it was just like, it felt like a budget anime on top of that. It didn't even feel like it had a budget, because stiff animation and a lot of off-model shots where you're like, that looks like a glitch. That doesn't even look like it was intended.
Yeah, so yes, the next topic. Before I get to the next topic, I gotta read these comments first. Is the chat. 1 second. What we got here? Yeah, we go way over here. So okay, I just finished Dino Crisis playing Heartworm, which is a mix of Silent Hill, Resident Evil, and Fatal Frame combined. It's a Ready Player One was something I've never seen. Darky says, "Have y'all tried out the Mega Man Star Force collection?"
Hell yes,
yes. Our boy Cold here did. So I couldn't figure Mario Sunshine out, but I've always played it at Walmart. Yeah, Mario Sunshine, man. I never collected all of the Sun sprites. Some of them was hard. Like Mario 64, I 100% it. Got all 120 stars. I 100% that game, but Sunshine was so damn hard. I only got to up to 81.
Honestly, I think a Mario Sunshine movie could have been cool. They could have made it like a beach episode almost, and just done something
and release it on the summer. It's a summer film.
When you mentioned Walmart, it's like, oh, it actually brought back some memories to where it's like whenever Walmart had like the gaming kiosk and stuff like that, they would put the TV so freaking high to where it's like if you try to look at it like while you're trying to play the game with this like red,
your neck be hurting and shit. Look it up.
And
I had so much pain back in the day. Yeah,
same here. And I was such a short ass even back then, and I'm still a short ass. I'm 5'5", so you can just imagine how craned up I was.
We know. So we the same height. Okay. So Streets of Rage, I'll pay to see that. Yeah, Streets of Rage anime pretty dope. He's like, yo, Crimson. Yeah, man. But yes, yo, so right now, gaming has it's becoming more and more expensive. It's becoming more and more expensive, and it's starting to be less of a hobby and more of a luxury, where only the very privileged or people who actually can, afford to be able to spend money on consoles and upgrade to get brand new gaming PCs and all kinds of other stuff like that. And we already know that AI plays a big part in a lot of this too, besides the ballooning development costs and a lot of these especially with these damn AAA games, to the point where indie games are just putting these studios to shame. But I definitely want to hear your thoughts. Like, what do you see, like, as far as the future of gaming is concerned? Do you think we're going to experience a gaming crash, or do you think we're going to get like a soft reboot, a soft reset in the gaming industry? Starting with Colin, I think
we're going to have a gaming recession, not a full-on crash. I kind of have been flip-flopping between this as to whether it would be a crash or a recession. Because let's face it, the boom that we saw in 2020, that was never going to be sustainable. And market analysts don't seem to realize that it was literally a bubble. It's a bubble. Yeah. And it's already burst. I also have a bit of commentary on this because the PlayStation 5 Pro, guess how much it costs in Canadian dollars before we dive in deeper?
$1,000.
It got to be 1,000 because I know it's a 900 here. So it has
1,100.
God damn.
What? Damn.
Yeah, and that's before taxes, so
and mind you, like, especially if you're a person who didn't get a PS5 and you just going straight for the Pro, that means you have no games. So you spend $1,100 on the Pro before even you count games.
Exactly.
And at that point, you might as well just go with a mid-range PC because you'll get better performance.
Exactly.
And here's the thing. People are saying that the PS6 is going to be coming in 2027. There's no way in hell.
I still don't see it. I still don't.
Here's the thing. Like, if the PS5 Pro is 1,100 Canadian, how the fuck are they expecting something that's going to be twice as powerful to actually be at a point that people can actually buy? Look at how bad the sales are on the PS5 Pro. They are getting washed. Even the Switch 2 is getting washed, and that is an insane console for the price that it's positioned at in Canada. It's like $700, and it does not give you $700 worth of performance. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, man. It is getting ridiculous. That's why a lot of people, there's been showing reports that a lot of especially younger generation, a lot of people are not buying games. Of course, you're not buying games, and a lot of gamers are going to like the retro. They go into that vintage. They're playing older titles, which makes a whole lot of sense.
Here's something that you might remember, Mugen. You remember back when the recession hit in like 2007, 2008, yeah?
Yeah.
Back then, the PS3 was
was like $800, $900, wasn't it?
600.
Yeah. I know because you had two models. Because I remember in the States, there was two models. You had the bigger hard drive size that was damn near $700. I was in college at the time,
and I was in high school.
I was in college. I was freshman in college, and I remember that. And I remember all the bros. They was all at the going to Walmart for the midnight launch up the street from my university. And I remember the pricing for that damn thing was $700, not counting any video games. That big boy PS3 was $700, and that was during the recession. It was ridiculous. And I remember it was go ahead.
And people weren't really buying it. And
exactly
back then, people were literally going back to vintage. We are seeing that played out 20 years later. We're repeating ourselves. It's history repeating itself.
Yeah.
And what I think is going to happen is Xbox is probably going to launch their next console probably within the next year or two. And it's going to be an insane console for the price. And people are just not going to buy it. And I think that is going to probably push Microsoft out of the gaming space, at least in terms of making a console. And I think that PlayStation is probably going to hold off as long as they can to launch their next-gen console, because they'll see that Microsoft got bloodied the same way the PS3 got bloodied, and they're not going to want to repeat themselves, and we're going to wind up seeing a regression to where consoles are actually affordable. And Nintendo is kind of hard to say, because the Switch 2, let's face it, it's not going to compete with next-gen systems. It's designed to compete with current-gen. And that is priced at a point that is ridiculous, and it should have been at most 500 Canadian.
Yeah, bro. I remember, dude. Like, damn, I feel so old thinking about that. like that whole recession and stuff. Because I remember clear as day. It was the first time ever. Because every generation, my father will buy me every console that come out that generation. I at launch. And that was the first generation where I didn't get a PlayStation at launch, because that PS3 was too damn expensive. And then I started saying to myself that I have to say, I need to see if any of the titles that they reveal even justify a PS3 if they're going to ask me to pay that much money. And at the time, I thought Final Fantasy 13 was going to be that game and everything, where I really wanted that. But luckily, I end up, because of my uncle and his little shady connections that he got, I ended up getting the PS3 for $80, brand new, and stuff like that. That next year or whatever. But I remember that as cold as day. And now looking at this generation of consoles and everything, I think as far as the PS6 and the next Xbox, they need to push that shit back and allow this console generation with the Series X and the PS5 to run a little bit longer. Because I remember during the recession back then, I remember developers even came out and said, "Yo, this is going to be the longest generation because of the recession with the 360 and the PS3 and Nintendo Wii." They even came out and said, "Yo, we're going to be running these consoles for quite some time." That was actually the longest run ever, because most console life mostly be 4 to 5 years. Yeah, around that time or whatever like that. And then we move on to the next console, but that was like the longest we ever had. So I think they need to do the same thing with this generation.
Also, if you look at it, games are taking longer and longer to develop. Out of curiosity, how long would you guys guess the average development cycle is? Because I do have that answer, and I can tell you guys.
4 to 5 years.
3 to 5.
I'm saying. Oh, okay, 3 to 5. Because I was about to say 7 years. The way, especially Square take. Jesus, like Square takes like forever the cook shit. Well, Nintendo do the same thing with Zelda. They start their next Zelda game right after they release whatever the newest Zelda is, but they spend time, even with Mario. And because we get one Mario game per generation, one 3D Mario. We'll get spin-off Mario games, but we get one major 3D Mario game for one generation. Zelda sometimes bypass that rule sometimes. But yeah, it takes years, especially for quality games. But these games are not even like a lot of these games not even quality now. Like we waiting this long for these damn games, and then you get them. They're half baked. They're not complete. You gotta pop the game in, go in, and let the internet patch whatever it needs to be patched and everything. Something needs to happen. Something needs to happen.
I think something is going to happen. And like you said, not even quality anymore. Look at Naughty Dog. They're just doing boring ass walking sims.
Yeah. But this generation, what did they release? Just remakes. They remade was The Last of Us 1? We had a remake of it.
And they remastered The Last of Us Part 2, one of the most hated games of all time.
Yeah, this generation. Yeah, bro. Like this generation is just crazy. What about what are your thoughts, Jag? What are your thoughts?
Oh man, it's like to me, like I think a big, like let's say, deciding factor on like how I'm gonna like view the industry is when GTA 6 comes out. Because I highly doubt they're gonna charge $70 for that game. It has to be higher than that.
I think it's gonna be like 100. I think it's gonna be like 100. I think it's gonna probably be like 100 or maybe $120. That's what I'm thinking.
Exactly. And
well, here's something that's kind of interesting. Walmart has already like sort of shadow dropped, at least in Canada, the pricing for GTA 6 because it wasn't a full leak. It was just like a placeholder price because they were starting to like judge interest on pre-orders, and it was 120 Canadian.
Oh my god. And that's the thing, it's like I'm interested to see like how consumers or just like the rest of the human population is going to respond to that, because if all of them buys GTA 6 for $100 and up, again, like this whole entire like let's say financial crisis when it comes to like consumers and these consoles and stuff like that, it's literally just like the sky's the limit at that point. There isn't going to be a peak. So it's like the idea that gaming isn't really like affordable anymore from like a middle class perspective, and essentially every single new video game release is essentially a monthly phone bill. Like that's how much these things are costing right now. And I remember, and I was like really young at the time, but no, I still remember getting annoyed when it went from $50 to $60. So I was like, I thought even that was too much. But the fact that we're at 70 now, you know, especially when Nintendo came out in Mario Kart World and such, you know, they're charging 70. Or was it $80? I forgot which one.
Yeah, Mario Kart's 80. Yeah, they did the 80.
Mario Kart for the Switch 2 in Canada is $100.
Jesus.
Canadian prices sound crazy, but nah, man, it's like it's one of those things to where it's like I do predict some type of crash or maybe some type of recession soon, because like again, it's like it's not even just that, just so many things right now, because it's not even just tariffs anymore, you know, like what happened like
a year ago. Tariffs are just an excuse, because guess what, if tariffs go back to like some type of regulation and stuff, you think those developers are going to lower their prices? Hell no. That's just an excuse.
Can I share a hot take? Okay, so my hot take is I think GTA 6, when it drops, is going to underperform. I think that it's going to release at such a release at such a high price point that I think even the normies are going to be like, nope.
I'm hoping, but I'm so afraid, is because I remember when I made a post about 2 years ago on Twitter when we first saw the first trailer, the actual trailer to Grand Theft Auto 6. I said, how much you want to bet that this game is going to probably be around $100 or $120? I had motherfuckers in the chat saying like they don't give a fuck. I'm buying that shit. Like they're literally
saying one in a kind game. It's a one in a kind game to have that type of power among consumers.
And that's the scary part, is because I did a video in 2024 talking about this. Capcom said it with arrogance. They literally said that, yo, you're lucky that we're only charging y'all $70. We supposed to be charging y'all $90 to $100. But we're keeping the costs down for you guys to be able to buy it. But you actually supposed to pay $90 to $100. And they also did a video saying that the industry is waiting on Rockstar to see what their pricing is, and that's going to determine what developers are going to do next with their pricing. So they're all hell bent. They're all hoping that Rockstar push that $100 game or above, and then it's going to give them the green light to do the same thing. Especially if people actually go out there in droves and buy Grand Theft Auto 6, because the rumor is that budget for that game is over $2 billion.
Which does not surprise me, not at all.
Yeah,
does not surprise me.
Because Call of Duty, I did a video on Call of Duty. It said it cost them nearly $1 billion to do a Call of Duty game. So 2 billion, and I think Grand Theft Auto 5, within its first week, made about $1 billion or 3 billion within a week. Grand Theft Auto 5. So that's why for them spending 2 billion, they ain't shit to them. That's not shit to them. So that's what I'm scared of. I think I would like for it to fail as far as, not as far as sales are concerned. IP is so powerful. I think people are willing.
Yeah, they are. I think at least a significant amount of them are probably willing to do that. Again, I don't know any other video game franchise that just has that much of a hold on its audience and stuff like that. So that is something to really look forward to.
And this is gonna be interesting in the game as content creators, because I'm gonna be talking the hell out of this, especially if you see people going in droves, and then I'm like, you can't blame nobody if the industry just continue to do what they do to us, because y'all went out there and spent over $100-something for Grand Theft Auto 6. Like, at the sky's the limits, like you said.
Hey, if it becomes a success, you damn well know I'm gonna be doing a pipe bomb style promo on that shit.
Yeah, bro. We had nobody to blame but ourselves as gamers if that game actually sells a shit ton of money at over $100. And like, we can't blame nobody but ourselves. And I think we can get to a point where we're going to have this, we're going to have this weird type of economy or system when it comes to game pricing. We're going to just have pricing all over the place. Some games going to be like 70, some games going to be 60 here, some games going to be 80, then some games going to be 90, then the highest is going to be over $100. It's going to be just randomly priced.
Which kind of mirrors the PS3 generation again, because we had games that were priced all over the place.
Oh yeah,
because we had some games releasing at like $20 physically, and then other games releasing at like 80.
Yeah, see, and the thing is, like, I don't remember much of the PlayStation 3 pricing, even though I had a PS3. I was more so the 360 guy. I more so played on my 360 more than I played my PS3. And the thing was, when I was buying PS3 games, I was buying them for like the exclusives, because the multi-plat games, like 360 had it hands down as far as like performance and all kinds of other things like that. So when it came to my PS3, I would buy games, and I still got a lot of my games in plastic in PS3 that I just never opened. It's just sitting in there. Collector's editions to certain JRPGs and everything. But yeah, I never paid attention to the pricing to the PS3 because I wasn't really gaming much on the PS3. Only the Xbox 360 and the Wii because of Smash Brothers Brawl. Well, other than that, yeah,
I only had the PS3, so that was the only thing I was comparing it to price wise. I'd be like, I'd be watching the prices of games like in general, and I actually got a very good deal on Valkyria Chronicles because some numpty had traded it in because EB Games didn't know what it was actually worth, and they had it for $20. They had it for $20, and I was like,
the fact that you're bringing up Valkyria Chronicles is making me happy, dude, because like that game, that entire series is just so cool, and I gotta finish Valkyria Chronicles 4. But yeah, sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. I was just saying that in general, like, I was price hawking because I was like, okay, I'm a broke late high school, early college age student. I don't got money for this shit. So I'd be like buying the games used as much as I could or on sale.
Yeah. I was just lucky enough that my parents would still buy me games, and then once I had my own job, man, I was just save money and just get this game. I was just getting games just left and right. Like my first console that I actually bought myself with my summer job. When I first got my summer job was the Nintendo GameCube. That was my first personal console that I bought myself as a teenager. When that first came out in 9th grade. So that's why I got so many memories of the Nintendo GameCube, because it was like my first game console that I bought with my own hard-earned money. And what made me so proud was during the GameCube and the original Xbox, when they released here in the States, for some strange reason, they decided to do something different with that console launch with the GameCube and the original Xbox. You couldn't just like pre-order the console. You had to pre-order the console along with 3 games, a memory card, and a third-party controller. And luckily, I saved up so much money when I went there, because I went to the front counter. I said, yo, I want to get a GameCube, and I was hoping they was going to have Smash Bros. Melee, but they delayed it until Christmas or whatever. So I was like, damn. Okay. And they told me I couldn't just pre-order the console itself, and I was with my dad. And he said, you had to pre-order, here's a list of games you can choose from. So I was like, wait a minute, I got to choose 3 games on top of that? So I was like, shit. So I end up getting the Star Wars the Squadron game, the Star
Mm-hmm.
Squadron game, Luigi Mansion, Super Monkey Ball, and I got the third-party GameCube controller, and I got a memory card, and I felt so proud of myself. Like, yo, I was able to afford all that myself. I saved that much money. I was dead set on getting that fucking GameCube, and I was able to get that, and that was just one hell of an experience. And it's the same thing. My dad went there to get the pre-order of the Xbox, and they said he had to get the bundle. He had to get that too, so he had to pre-order Halo, and it was 2 other games. I can't remember the other 2 games he had to get with that, and then a memory card and some other stuff with the original Xbox. But man, those were definitely the times as far as like gaming is concerned. But we're going to move on to our final topic for tonight's stream, and that is the Capcom. Are we in the Capcom era? Because we have so many people making posts saying that, yo, this is Cap God right now. Capcom is just throwing out bangers at the bangers. People praised Resident Evil 9. Now we got Pragmata, that's out right now. And people, talked about Dragon's Dogma 2 and Monster Hunter Wilds and everything. And I just wanted to hear in Street Fighter 6. So I definitely want to hear your thoughts. I mean, for those of you guys, you two, if played any of the current Capcom games, or what you just think about the company in general in terms of quality and of the game itself and the products that they've been putting out there. Do you think they finally made it back into that era of what Capcom used to be? And we'll start with go ahead, Colin.
I think they're close. I close. I didn't really like Street Fighter 6. It felt a little bit too floaty for me. I've played a little bit of Wilds, liked it. Wasn't wowed by it, but I liked it enough. And I think that the fact that they're doing an Okami 2 and the fact that they're saying literally that they're going to be bringing back some dormant IPs, I think that they're going to be in a very good position. I think that we're going to see a lot of experimental games, and I actually think that's where the industry is headed as a whole, because I think a lot of developers are realizing they can't play it safe anymore, because the safe games, they're skyrocketing in prices. Just look at what Insomniac Games is doing. Their games are getting more expensive in general, and Ratchet and Clank, which costs like $70 million to make for the PS5, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, $70 million. I covered it.
That is their literal bottom line for what to expect. That is not sustainable at all. So I think that we're going to see a lot of studios making smaller, more experimental titles that probably cost 20 to 30 million, and then a lot of studios adding like 50 to 70 million for kind of the mid-range budget. And I think that we're going to see games cap out. I think that the $100 million plus game, I think that era is dying. It's going to die out soon.
It needs to.
It absolutely does, yeah.
It needs to. What about you, Jay?
Yeah, when it comes to Capcom, they're killing it this year. It's like, yo, and I said it earlier before that I plan on doing a video talking about, like, again, how 2026 has been really incredible for a year for games so far. But I would say Capcom, out of all companies, is the one that's really stealing the show right now. Because you got Resident Evil 9 Requiem, which I heard was really, really good from a lot of people. I'm not really into, like, survival horror like that. And the reason why is because... Yeah, because the reason why for me is because I get too scared easily. I really want to try out Resident Evil. Yeah, I would if I could like man up a little. I would love to try out Resident Evil 2, but besides the point and such. But Monster Hunter Stories 3, that's the first big one to be like, yo, Capcom, it did amazingly well here, because Monster Hunter Stories 2 was the biggest surprise of the year when that first came out on Nintendo Switch. I loved it, and I'm someone who doesn't really care about Monster Hunter games like that, like the mainline series. Like, they're just not really for me. But when Stories came out, they made it into like a turn-based RPG, and there's like PvP elements too. I was like, no, that's how you hook me. And now I'm actually like somewhat interested now in like trying like the actual mainline Monster Hunter games, because of how much I loved Monster Hunter Stories 2 on Nintendo Switch. Like, that was fantastic. And when Monster Hunter Stories 3 got announced, I was like, no, this looks incredible. And they came out with the demo too, right? And the thing is, I purposely didn't touch the demo. I didn't play it because I was like, no, this game looks incredible. I just want to go into it like, completely blind. And when the game came out, the first few weeks it came out, I was already seeing a lot of my mutuals be like, yeah, this is my game of the year. I was like, Thank you. Oh my gosh, because like the game looks incredible, and I just love how they're like, making Monster Hunter into like all these different things, like trying to try to chase after a lot of different audiences with the spin-offs route, because spin-offs are incredibly important. So they definitely did amazingly well with that. And of course, Pragmata. The fact that we're getting a Pragmata, like it just showed up in my house, like that. Yeah, the delivery driver, he just left, like right now. I'm looking at him right now. So yeah, Pragmata just showed up in my house, and I already talked about it earlier about how the fact that they're going the way that they're doing the gameplay in Pragmata reminds me of that experimental era Capcom had in the 2000s with a lot of the titles that they released on the GameCube and the PS2 and stuff like that. So I do like the fact that they're trying out new IPs, because again, I love all the recognizable stuff that we have been getting for the past couple of years. But no, I would love to see new IPs too. I want to see new ideas. I want to see unique takes and certain different spins on a lot of the gameplay elements that we've been already used to seeing from like a lot of different other games. So the fact that we're getting Pragmata is awesome. But the biggest star to me on this, like the biggest like pin on this to have me be like, yeah, Capcom, they literally did fantastic here. I want to hug and kiss these guys. It's the Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection. And it's like, I know, like I'm a huge Mega Man guy. I already said so myself. But no, when Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection came out, the first couple of days on Twitter was just so beautiful. I was like, yo, am I still on Twitter right now? Because usually I'm always seeing negative stuff on there. But no, it was all positive. The fan base, I never saw a happier fan base in my life. Like on social media, with everybody sharing like their brother band codes, which is essentially like their ways of like adding each other when it comes to games and such. What was it? People sharing like their physical copies, people talking about how much they love Star Force, how much they're excited for Mega Man, and even the newly hired producer that they had for the Mega Man series, they said, yeah, if the Star Force collection sells well, there might be a possibility that we might greenlight Mega Man Star Force 4. And I was like, oh my Lord. And like, I'm seeing like copies. There's people posting copies in Japan of the physical game flying off of store shelves, flying off. It's like so many people are buying this and sharing this and such. It's like, it's just one of the coolest things ever, because we were originally supposed to be getting Mega Man Star Force 4 like a long time ago, over a decade ago, right after Star Force 3. But the thing is, though, the Star Force games, they didn't sell well commercially on the Nintendo DS. Like it was around the time when Capcom was oversaturating the market with Mega Man games, and you had less people buying them and such. And when they were about to make Mega Man Star Force 4 a long time ago, they canceled it. And that always sucked, because they had this really cool concept art of the main character looking a lot older. And essentially what they were trying to do with the storytelling in Star Force 4 is that they wanted to make it about like, what was it? The main character being like a wanted, like almost criminal. Like he was going to be into hacking and stuff like that. And he was going to work with the descendants of the main character of the Battle Network games. Like it had such a cool idea to it, but now we never got that. But the fact that they're saying that there's a chance that they could revive Star Force 4 if the Star Force collection sells well, like that, like again, brings a smile to my face. And also the fact that again the Star Force collection is selling as well as it is, it makes me even like a lot more confident that we will eventually, sooner rather than later, get a Legends collection, because that's the big one that I'm waiting for. That is the big one, exactly, dude. Because yeah, you have more than enough. Go ahead.
I wish I could say more.
It's all good. It's all good. But no, Mega Man Legends 1, Mega Man Legends 2, The Misadventures of Tron Bonne. That's all you need. That's all you need. And that'd be a great way for people to get interested in Legends again, because the last time they ported any of the Legends games, that was on PlayStation 3. So it was a long time ago. So like, yeah, getting people reinterested and reinvested into Mega Man Legends, it's like, that would be amazing. And hopefully that would inspire Capcom to finally bring back Mega Man Legends 3. It's like, again, like the entire like situation surrounding Star Force, man, it's just been so incredible. And again, I've been enjoying the Star Force games a lot. And yo, Mega Man Star Force, I know I'm going a long time right now, like I'm geeking out about Mega Man because I'm just happy thinking about it. But no, dude, like out of all the collections, I'll even say this, the Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection is the best Mega Man collection they put out. And that says volumes, because they already did incredibly well with the Battle Network collection. So no, Capcom puts so much love into their video game collections. And it's not even just about Mega Man. They did very, very well with the Capcom fighting collections, both versions, like the first one and the second one. The
second one is amazing.
They're so good when it comes to releasing collections. Yeah.
As an SNK guy, I am mega happy about that one.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the fact that they brought back Power Stone, Project Justice, I was like, those are two titles that I've been wanting to try out because Capcom used to make amazing like fighting games back then. But nah, dude, it's like Capcom, man, they've been stealing the show with like Pragmata, Resident Evil 9 Requiem, what was it, Monster Hunter Stories 3, and of course the Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection. It's like they're doing so well, and I hope this sparks like an even bigger future of Capcom bringing back a lot of their other franchises. Wait,
I think
that's
it will.
the topic for them. Yeah, they definitely will. So yeah, they definitely did a great job this year, and yeah, I definitely love this era or this year that Capcom's in right now.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if at the next State of Play they announce a Beautiful Joe collection.
Hey, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Yeah.
Honestly, I think Beautiful Joe would probably be like a top-selling game now if they brought out a third game.
Yeah, because we don't get that many 2D side scrolls that much anymore. So yeah, the Beautiful Joe would be cool.
At this point, man, just classics returning, getting sequels and stuff. I think that's just the best thing a studio can do. Start reviving some of these old IPs and actually start making some quality games at a smaller or a lower budget. You know what I'm saying? And work within the constraints of those budgets, man. Because back then, man, developers when they were limited, they worked their best. They made shit just happen. They made shit just work. But now you got all these mega budgets and everything. It seems like the games have gotten worse or undercooked or just incomplete and everything like that. So hopefully the industry would just course correct itself in some way so we can get back to just some games, man. Because I remember back in the day, man, it was just so many games and unique games or games that's just trying something different. And you would go to the game store and you maybe have probably never heard of the game. You just see it on the shelf. You go pull it off the shelf, you turn the box around, look at the box art, look at the instructions. It's like, this is kind of interesting. He's like, okay, all right, I'm gonna give this game a try. You know what I'm saying? But now games are $70 and $80 fucking dollars. You can't even go do that no more. You can't go to the counter and just say, I want to just try this game. Because now you gotta actually do research. You gotta go on the internet, look at all these different things to make sure that you about to get your money's worth before even investing in the game itself. So
why do you think I'm such a big Falcom guy? I kind of know what I'm getting every time I get one of their games.
Absolutely.
Even if it's not going to be one of my favorite experiences, I at least know that there's going to be like a certain level of quality for them.
Anytime I see a Yeast game on a box art, I was like, that's a quality experience. I'm getting it.
Yeah, I would say Yeast is like the high-end fast food burger.
It's
a fun
experience.
Bro, I fell in love with that series. I fell like my first time ever playing the Yeast was on the PSP. Well, I can't remember. That was like Yeast, what, 7? Like 6?
Yeah, 7. I think
that's one.
Yeah.
It was one of those.
Or it could have been Oath and Falgana. That could have been.
Yeah, it was one of the first 3D Yeast games on the PSP. I can't remember which one it was, but bro, I bought it and I was in college at the time, and I was like, I remember seeing Yeast as a kid because it was on the TurboGrafx, which they never came here, I believe, in the States. I got the TurboGrafx, but never got it. But I used to see the advertisement for it as I got older and everything. And I finally got a chance to say, I remember this guy. Like, I remember seeing him before. I just can't remember where. And then I started going back to my memory as a child. I said, oh, this is this game. And I bought it, man. And I'm not a handheld guy, but I was addicted to my PSP for once. And I was playing the hell through that game. And I was like, man, I got to get more. And then the Vita came out, the Legend of Soseta, or whatever it's called.
Memories of Soseta, yeah.
And then eventually it came out for the PS4, and I ended up buying it. Never opened it.
I got that same physical case too,
Yeah, never opened it. And I was thinking about opening this one, and that's when they announced a Switch 2 version or whatever like that. I was like, man, I might have to get the Switch 2 version of this game and everything. And then I bought Yeast 8 on the Switch and
that's
that was
my favorite one. Yeah, I love it.
Their soundtrack is fucking awesome. I love
the feeling when you're playing Sonic Adventure 2 and you're hearing like, what was it, Escape from the City for the first time, the song to that first level. I had that exact same hype when Addo was on the island, right? And then they started playing that song Sunshine Coastline, the very first song you heard for the island. I was like, as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, I'm gonna love this game right here. As soon as I heard that first song, like Sunshine Coastline, because that immediately went on my video game playlist. I still listen to that every day, man. I love that song.
I still use Sunshine Coastline as a sound bed on some of my videos.
Awesome.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
because here's something kind of cool. Falcom are very cool about content creators using their songs. They're just like
smart.
As long as you credit us in some way, we don't care. use it.
I love those guys.
Awesome, man. And then my mom, for my birthday, my mom had bought the Nordic game for me, so for the Switch too. So I'll be
That's
definitely
nice,
playing this, man. I love the Ys series, man, and I can't wait to see what other Ys titles in the future is gonna bring forth, man.
I can pretty much tell you that Ys 5 is getting a remake next.
Oh,
that'd be dope.
Okay.
That'd be awesome.
All right, yeah,
because
man.
Here's the thing, Kondo has said that one of his goals since becoming president was to remake Ys 5 because that's his favorite game in the franchise, and it's also interesting because it's a very divisive game. It almost killed the franchise.
Oh, really?
Oh, for real?
Yeah, because
wow.
Like, it was divisive because the developer that Falcom had outsourced to at the time kind of fucked it up. But it had a lot of really interesting ideas. So people love it, but they also hate it because it's mechanically a busted game. So this is just about fixing it, making it actually what it was supposed to be.
And that's what remakes are. Or that's the main priority too should be like for remakes, especially when games are like bad or they busted. Going back to remake them, they are the perfect titles to go back and actually go in and sweep and reconstruct them and fix them. I'm talking about games that are super like bad or busted and stuff like that. That's the perfect time to remake those and everything. But the Ys series, man, the Falcom really did a good job with that series, and I can't wait to see what other games within the Ys series is going to come about.
Sorry, I derailed the topic so much. It's just I was going to be building to a point, and we got sidetracked. But I was basically saying I think that we're going to start seeing more experimental stuff from Capcom, and I think we're going to start seeing them, actually like putting out just consistently good stuff. I really am looking forward to seeing them bringing back Darkstalkers, because that is one of the most innovative fighting game franchises ever made. Especially if you look, especially if you look at how they manage supers in that game. Anyway, I think now is the perfect time for them to just be like, here's a mid-budget fighting game. It's Darkstalkers. Have fun. I also think that Dino Crisis definitely deserves a remake, and I think Breath of Fire, if they bring that back, that would.
I was gonna say that,
bro. That is Capcom's Final Fantasy right there. Like Breath of Fire is Capcom's Final Fantasy. They should be really pushing hard on those titles. Like on that IP itself.
One thing I would love to see though is if Capcom did a Breath of Fire game that crossed over with either Ys or The Legend of Heroes. I think that would make for something really fascinating.
Actually would be awesome. When you brought up Breath of Fire, that reminded me, because they recently put up Breath of Fire 4 on Steam. I think it was on April 1st. That's why I didn't believe it at first when I saw it on Twitter. I was like, why are they doing it on April 1st? But yeah, as happy as I was about that.
Probably trolling the fan base is what they were doing.
That could be a part of it, yeah. But as happy as I was about that, because finally they're somewhat like starting to port these games, I was like, why isn't this on consoles though? Like, I would have played this. I would have did a collection, just put all the games individually, like on a console. Because again, I'm not really a PC gamer like that. Even though I do have a Steam, I do have tons of games and such, and my PC can run games just fine. It's just, again, very old school. I prefer games like on consoles and such. So hopefully they do move that port that they have on Steam onto like Switch or in PS5.
Yeah, man. So yeah, this generation is looking interesting for Capcom, and hopefully Square get themselves together, man, and like just do shit right so we can get some of their RPGs, because there's a rumor that there may be a Chrono Trigger remake in the works. So we have to just wait and see about that. Like, don't get me excited. Dude, I'm afraid at the same time, because like, please don't screw this up. Like please don't censor. Like just get this. Come on, just do it right. Just 1-to-1. You don't need no extra shit. Just give us what we want. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and keep it turn-based.
Yeah, and turn-based. Keep it turn-based. It don't need nothing else. And we'll be happy campers. But that's pretty much it for tonight's stream. I hope you guys had enjoyed this stream. And before we close out, Colin, let everybody know where what you got in the works as far as content is concerned and where they can find you.
So I've got a lot of content in the works. Some of it I can't talk about right now because reasons. But I'm going to be launching a second channel. That's going to be called Blended Universe. It's going to be with
Nice.
my best friend, and it's going to basically be Ebert and Roper brought to YouTube. That is kind of the idea.
Awesome.
Then you can find me at Colin Lack on YouTube, Leafer90 on Twitch, Leafer90 on Twitter, and Blue Sky, and Instagram as well.
Nice.
Awesome. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, when it comes to other videos I've have coming out in the future, and I've already said this a few times right now, I have this whole video talking about how I think 2026 is an incredible year for video games. There's a bunch of, not just Capcom, I also talk about Falcom products, some of the Bandai Namco stuff, which I should have mentioned Sword Art Online, like Echoes of Aincrad. That was another one I was also really looking forward to. But no, it's like so many other things, just like talking positively about how gaming is and such. And also, it's like also in the future, I also want to talk about the Grand Blue Fantasy games from Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising and Relink. Want to talk about both of them leading up to the release of Endless Ragnarok and such. I do want to talk about Visions of Mana one day, because that is an RPG I finished around a month ago and such, and I love Visions of Mana. Like, now playing it right now, I'm now realizing like how pissed I am myself that I didn't get to play this when it first launched, because I hear the studio that developed Visions of Mana, they pretty much like folded. They merged back with Square Enix, and that kind of sucks, man, because they put a quality title out and they should have been rewarded for that. Like, we should have been having more. Yeah, we should have been having more Visions of Mana after that. And
I have to introduce you to my friend Azza the Ace. She is a huge Mana fan in general.
That's awesome. Oh, yeah, that's awesome, because I love, as I said, Visions of Mana and Trials of Mana. Like, those right there, those are amazing franchises. And also, hopefully around the summertime, I do want to do a full review on Tales of Berseria. I kind of want to treat that as hopefully my biggest project of the year, because again, and I already talked about it in the last stream I was in with you, MugenLord, but I got such a huge history with that game and how much I love it. I have so much passion for how much I enjoyed that title, and of course I want to do that game justice and put my all into it. But yeah, outside of that, you can find me at, as my name suggests, code Jman on YouTube. I'm also on Twitter by what was it, at Jman88933. I'm not sure if you guys are gonna remember like all the numbers to that, but there's definitely that.
I'll put all your stuff in the description of the archive video, so they'll have all
by the way, there is a project that I want both of you guys involved in if you guys are cool with it. I'm gonna be doing this on December 9th, so it's like really far away. It's going to be the Counterculture Game Awards, and I'm basically going to be taking a shot at Jeff Keighley's bow, because I really think that there needs to be some counter programming.
Yeah, I actually do agree. Like, some alternatives to the Game Awards. That should just sound like a good idea. So that's definitely interesting. And oh yeah, one last place you can find me at. I also got a Discord page. You can find it on my social media or on my YouTube. Yeah, if you're a chill guy and you want to hang out and talk with a bunch of other people about video games, anime, or other nerd stuff in a chill, like, laid back environment, it's like, yeah, find me on Discord. In fact, that's actually the place where I'm active on the most. It's pretty much Discord. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
I'll link you to my server, and I'll join yours, man.
Awesome. Nice.
Awesome, guys. I'm glad you guys had stopped through. I really appreciate it, guys. This was a good stream, and look forward to more guests. I'm definitely gonna have Colin and Jman back on at some point. It was really fun linking up with these guys, and hopefully you guys have a good night, and we'll be seeing you Game Fiends later. Peace out.
Peace.